Yup. Back again at the spot. What's good? Welcome back. We're gonna do a little different. You know what? This is what it was. What's gonna be talked about in this video is stepdads, boyfriends, and you know what I'm saying, people in relationships with women that got kids. Cause stepdads don't get no love, you know what I'm saying, for real. And I was really getting on here because I was thinking about, you know what I'm saying, Mother's Day, Father's Day, and whatnot. And before I got ready to make this video, it's been this thing on TikTok, whatever, that went viral about the man that had is involved with this lady. He got married to her, but she had a kid. And came into their life about 4 months old, and he got married to the woman at 2 years old. And yeah, so that became, you know what I'm saying, viral as I was getting ready to make this video. But I'll touch on that a little bit later and get y'all's comments, because there's been a lot of little feedback or whatever on what was right about and what was wrong about what happened. So, but I was just getting into, really on my mind was about step pops and stuff like that. Like, when you get into a relationship and you dealing with a woman, when you older, it's a little different because the kids is, you know what I'm saying, is grown. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? But when they younger and you take on that responsibility, it's a thankless job. You know what I'm saying? It really is. You know what I'm saying? I've been, you know what I'm saying, on both sides or whatever. So it's kind of like one of those things where it's just out of the goodness of your heart. Like, you love this woman, you know what I'm saying? So you taking on the responsibility of trying to be there for you know what I'm saying, for her as well as the kids. So, but it's a thankless job, because it's like, what if the biological dad is in and out of their life or what have you? Where do you get in, where do you fit in on a day-to-day, you know what I'm saying, on a day-to-day, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. You there for the kid, but you just got involved. So it's like a touchy little situation, you know what I'm saying? So I feel both sides, you know what I'm saying, depending on the context, you know what I'm saying, of how involved the bio dad is and how you navigate that right there. So it's a little tricky, but I do want to shout out, I really want to shout out Mr. Worthington. I know I don't want to say his name, whatever, you know what I'm saying, whatever, until I get a okay to really say his name, whatever. But it's just one of those things where it's like, you have to start to get to know somebody, you know what I'm saying, and as you're older, it becomes a little bit, you know what I'm saying, easier to kind of like be accepted. But it's it's a thing for me where it's like, I'm 51 and I still, you know what I'm saying, like, my mother, you know what I'm saying, got remarried after a while, and it was still like a struggle, or it's hard to, you know what I'm saying, be engaging with somebody that you don't really know. But I want to say that taking the time to do so, you really get to know the genuine person, you know what I'm saying, for yourself. And getting to do that is what is on that journey is where you come to the conclusion that, hey, this is really a good guy. Initially, you know what I'm saying, think about youngsters and they may be having a father feelings or whatever, but the mother wants to be involved with somebody else, not their father, and then get involved with somebody else, and they have to be accepting of that, right? So it's like, what do you do? It's like, what if the kid doesn't like your boyfriend? You know what I'm saying? What happens in that situation? You automatically go, oh nah, because they don't like them. How do you navigate that? You know what I'm saying? Because one of my sayings is, I laugh about, is mama gotta have a life too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you gotta come to that realization of, hey, your mama gotta move on. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, your pops, they gotta move on to, you know what I'm saying, the person that they actually care about or who they want to be involved with, that is no longer, you know what I'm saying, your mom or, you know what I'm saying, your pops or whatever. So it's a thankless job, and I commend a lot of guys that's out here that's doing it. I don't recommended off the top, like you gotta really have a heart for that. Because like I said, coming back to, not saying you don't have a heart for it, if whatever you do is out of goodness of your heart, you love this person, you know what I'm saying, whatever, whatnot, and you want to do that for this person because it's an extension of them, right? So it's like a lot of times, sometimes you don't get thanked for it. You get you're not my dad, you know what I'm saying, and you have to go through that. You got to be able to, you know what I'm saying, withstand a lot of that through all of them tough times, you know what I'm saying, even when it is your child. You know what I'm saying? You got growth spurts and you got growing pains where if it's a young lady, you know what I'm saying, she's growing up and you trying to tell her something, you ain't my daddy, you get that, you know what I'm saying, type of pushback. So it's a thankless job. So it's any of these stepdads out here, I commend y'all for staying strong, standing tall, and you know what I'm saying, being men. You know what I'm saying? And not to go against the grain or anything, but when I say it's not recommended, it's because, hey, they could go on, you could go on for 20 years, 15, 17 years, and then, perfect segue, it's time for the graduation, and you don't get a ticket to the graduation, but the bio dad does. Now, I'd like to know your opinions on that. Please leave me some comments because it's a touchy situation. This situation specifically, we don't even know. We don't really know the context. All we know is the dad, he's a truck driver. He took off 3 days. He'd been in this person's life, this young lady's life, since she was 4 months old. Got married to her mom at 2 years old. See, he's doing, it seems like, you know what I'm saying, step by step, he's doing the right thing, right? He's doing the right thing, married to mom, boom. 16 years later, it's time for the graduation, and you got 8 tickets. You got 8 tickets. All right, so you out of all of them people, seven of them people, whatever, you couldn't hold 1 ticket for this man? Again, we don't know the context. You know, women. I've looked online and seen somebody's take on what if he was beating on the mama, or what if he was doing X, Y, Z to the mama, and she was like fed up, and now she don't want to give him no ticket. I hear all that. That's way to the extreme. Way to the extreme. What if this man was a good man? What if this man and he's hurt by this? You know what I'm saying? What if he's been in her life all this time, right? And you don't get a ticket to the graduation? The auntie's boyfriend, the bio dad, he gets a ticket? I've been in that situation. I've been on the flip side where I wasn't around my daughter, and the graduation came about. I haven't been around my daughter for a while, and I had to go to her graduation. There's time for her graduation to come up, and she's been around her mother has been around this man for umpteen years that was in her life. She wouldn't think of not having this man at her graduation, and I wouldn't either. You know what I'm saying? But that's just a separate, you know what I'm saying, separate occasion, you know what I'm saying? And I would say for me, I was like happy to see her graduate, and it was awesome. It was an awesome time. I was happy that, you know what I'm saying, he was able to see, and I was able to see as well. So it's just one of those things where, what do you guys think? What would you do? What would you have done if this was you? Everybody got invited except this man, this stepdad, been there for 16, 17 years. He got, and then now he takes her off the car insurance, the phone plan. You know what I'm saying? Like, is that wrong? Was that wrong? How do y'all feel? What would you do? Like, if that happened to you, this is hard-earned money and time and putting on this payment, on this plan for his insurance. Come on, man. Come on. I don't know. It's like this. It's like this. I think that's one of them ones where it's like, we don't know the context. We can speculate all we want. You know what I'm saying? You can speculate all you want. But for me, I commend all the stepdads and all the men out there that take on that challenge to be you know what I'm saying, influential in the kid's life when you're dealing with this woman. I commend them. Like I said, do I recommend it? That's an uphill battle. It's hard depending on what time when you come in the kid's life. After, if you at a young age, it's a little bit more, you got more influence, but look what happened. Like even him being there for all this time, you know what I'm saying, was they shit on him in his face. And who was giving out the tickets? Mind you, the man is married to the mama still. That's your husband, and you don't give him a ticket? Man, hey, that's my take on it. I hope, you know what I'm saying, y'all leave me some comments or whatnot. I think it's a tricky situation, but like I said, there's some stepdads out there that have done a great job, and I commend y'all, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, to each his own, but that's a good one. Please leave me your comments, you know what I'm saying? Leave me a thumbs up, you like this, share this. But yeah, this is a tricky situation. See y'all in a minute on the next one.